Hello everyone, welcome to Edufy. Today we are here in the next part of our MCQ series, that is learning history through MCQs. Now this is part 8. Here we will cover largely the question related to Jainism, some part, as well as we will also see Mahajanpad period and Vedic age, as well as beginning of Maurya. So let us see the questions ahead. First question, with reference to women in Vedic age, consider the following statements. So it is with respect to status of women. First, women participated in the religious debate during early Vedic period. The practice of sati was prevalent in early Vedic period. Decline in woman status is visible in the later Vedic period. So this third statement is correct. There was decline in the status of women in the later Vedic period. However, sati was not prevalent in the early Vedic period. Sati became more prominent in the later Vedic period when we see the decline in the status of women. And women participated in the religious debates, philosophical debates, writing and reading Vedas during the early Vedic period. So 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, 3 is correct. So answer here will be A, 1 and 3. Now with respect to Vedic age, you need to understand that Vedic age came after the decline of Indus Valley civilization. It came in India. The time period of Vedic age is 1500 BC to 500 BC. And this Vedic age is divided into two parts. The first part is called early Vedic age or Rig Vedic age, which is from 1500 BC to 1000 BC. And the later Vedic age is from 1000 BC to 500 BC. So we are dealing with the questions on that only. You can see here the answer 1 and 3 statements are correct. Now second question, the term Gopa in Rigvedic context refers to what? So there was prevalence of, since we know Vedic society was largely dependent on cattle, and it is the cattle rearing society, largely rural type of economy you will find, and cattle was their wealth. So Gopa was one important term which is used to mean this cow herd or the person who is the protector of cattle. Okay, so answer here will be B. Coming to the next question with reference to early Vedic economy. Now the question is on economy condition. Consider the following statement. Now you need to understand where the question is asking early Vedic, where it is asking later Vedic. So here it's early Vedic. Pastoralism was dominant occupation. Yes, always in early Vedic and even in the later Vedic. Iron tools were extensively used? No. Iron got discovered in the second part, that is in the later Vedic time period. And it gained prominence in that part only. Cattle were important measure of wealth? Yes, that is also true. Vedic people were cattle herders or cattle rearers. So answer here will be 1 and 3 only. Again, answer will be A. Next question. Which of the following gods was the most frequently god mentioned in Rig Veda? So in Rig Veda, a similar type of question was also asked about the gods, female gods and male gods in Rig Veda. And here we are seeing which god is mentioned mostly in Rig Veda. So in the early Vedic period, there was more dominance of the natural forces or worship of the natural gods. For example, Indra, Varun, Agni. However, the most important god was Indra god, which refers to god of rain and lightning. Okay, so answer here will be C. In the later period of Vedic history or Vedic age, you will find the Brahminical gods emerging. For example, the trinity of God, Shiv, Brahma and Vishnu. In the later period, we will find these concepts. Next, consider the following statement regarding the later Vedic economy. Now, the question is not early Vedic, it is later Vedic economy. Agriculture became main source of livelihood. Definitely it will be, because it's a rural and dominant uses cattle. So first is correct. Second, use of iron or Krishna Ayas expanded. Yes, we know. Just now I have said that iron was discovered during later Vedic. So this is true. Trade and urbanization became prominent. Yes, trade became prominent, but it did not mean that the total urbanization came in sudden go. So answer here will be 1 and 2 only, that is A. Okay, urbanization will not come automatically like this just because we have iron discovery. Urbanization will happen after later Vedic age. That is called second urbanization phase in India. First was in IVC. Now coming to the sixth question, Rajasuya sacrifice performed by a king symbolized what? His military victories, his divine origin, assertion of the royal supremacy, his appointment by the priest. So here answer is C. So Rajasuya implies that royal supremacy is being established by the king, and it will define the extent of his empire. There are many other sacrifice on large scale or on grand scale performed by the king in this time period. So answer will be C. Which of the following pair are correctly matched? So the term is given, the officer is given, you have to tell the meaning. In the initial polity, or you can say the polity that developed more or less in the later Vedic age, we will see coming of more and more officers, bureaucratic setup. Let's see who all are those posts. First, Purohit. Purohit means chief priest, which will guide the king. Senani, that is the army commander. Yes, this both the statements are true. Sabha, that is popular assembly where decisions will be taken with the consent of the population. So yes, all the three statements, all the three terms are correct. Answer will be D. Next question, again match the pair. The Vedic literatures are given, that is the name of the three Veds, and you have to tell what each Ved deals with. So Rig Ved deals with hymns. Yes, it deals with 1028 hymns, and there are 10 mandals. Sam Ved, it deals with ritual instruction. No, that is the work of Yajur Ved. Sam Ved deals with the music to be associated with the each hymn. Yajur Ved deals with the sacrificial formulas. Yes, that is true. So here answer will be 1 and 3 only. Coming to the next question, Athar Veda is distinct from other Vedas because it deals with the magic, charms and domestic rituals. This is the Ved which was written very late after all the three Veds. This is Athar Ved, and the first Ved that was written, or the first book of we say that is found in Indian subcontinent is Rig Ved. So Athar Ved deals with magic, charms and domestic rituals. Coming to the next question, the Aranyakas. These are also books that were written. There were, see, Vedic literature is classified how? Ved, with each Ved, there is another book attached with each Ved, that is Samhita. There is other book attached to each Ved, that is Brahmanas, and in the later part after Athar Ved, you will find the writings of the Aranyakas. These are also called forest books. So what do they deal with? They deal with the philosophical interpretation of the ritual. So you will see Aranyakas deal with this answer is C, the philosophical interpretation of each ritual mentioned in the Ved. Next question, which of the following is earliest textual source that mentions 16 Mahajanpad? As you know, over the period of time, the polity has transformed from the Vedic age, and we will see the coming of second urbanization period after Vedic age around 6th century BC. That is a period around 500 BC, and that time period is called period of Mahajanpad, where what are Mahajanpad? These are the small kingdoms that are emerging. So this mention of 16 Mahajanpad first was done in the Anguttara Nikaya, which is a Buddhist text, Buddhist literature. Next question, which of the following Mahajanpad were Gan Sanghas? So even within the 16 Mahajanpads, you will find that there were certain Mahajanpads which were oligarchies, or you can say the republics, means the rule of few people. They were ruled by not one king but multiple or influential few people. So out of that, Vajji and Malla were the republics or your oligarchies or Gansanghas. 1 and 2 is the answer. Next question, the Mahajanpads and their capital are mentioned. So for this, you need to know about the map. We will see the map in the later part. Magad, Rajgriha, that is correct. Koshala, Shravasti, Avanti, Ujjain. Yes, all the three are Correct. That is B. See the map for it. We'll deal later. With reference to Magad, one of the important Mahajanpad that emerged, the most important kingdom after the decline of all the Mahajanpad, only one remained in the end, that is Magad. Now we will see what is so important about it and why Mauryan kingdom emerged in this place. First is it had access to iron ore deposit. Yes, that is true. It controlled the important waterways. Yes, many Ganga and its tributary flow through this region. It was surrounded by mountains and rivers. Yes, that is also true. So Magad is a resourceful region. Answer is C. Next, the term Gansang, which we have seen earlier, republics, refers to oligarchic republics, means a polity which is ruled by few elderly or elite people. Second, next question. This is very tricky question. Focus. Second Buddhist council was held in the territory of which Mahajanpad? So here Buddhism and Mahajanpad both are interlinked. And second Buddhist council was held where? First you need to know then. And that capital is in which? So here answer will be Vajji. Now you will reply in the comment that where second Buddhist council held. 17th question. Which of the following Mahajanpad had both northern and southern capitals at different times? Means for some period of time in the year they will have northern capital, for some period of time in the year they will have southern capital, and such Mahajanpad was Avanti. Okay, that is it. Next, with Mauryan administration, now we have put certain questions with respect to Mauryas. What is the, which official deals with what function? Samharta deals with revenue collection. Sanidhata deals with the treasury and storehouse. Yes, both are correct. Durgapala is the head of village. No, this is incorrect. Durgapala, Durg means fort, not village. So third is incorrect. 1 and 2 are correct. So answer will be A. Next question. Which of the following officers were appointed by Ashok for propagation of Dhamma? So Dhamma Mahamatas were appointed by Ashok to propagate the message of Dhamma. Next, Ashoka's Dhamma. Consider the following statement about it. It was a sectarian religious doctrine? No, it was a code of conduct that to be followed by all the people. Next, it emphasized social harmony and tolerance. Yes, that is true. It was propagated through inscriptions. Yes, inscriptions, pillars, all these Ashoka propagated. So answer will be 2 and 3, and that is A. So this was all in today's, but we will see one map here of Mahajanpad. You can have a look, and by yourself also, please see the locations of 16 Mahajanpad and the capital. This is very important map. Now map based question, the capitals and the rivers in which each Mahajanpad is located, that also you need to focus upon. So have a look. So that is all in today's lecture. Thank you very much.